December 21, 2016. Trump begins to move 370 elite troops from Russia to protect his life and family. By Sorkafal, and as reported to her Western subscribers. An intriguing Federal Security Service, FSB, information bulletin circulating in the Kremlin today reports that the Security Council, SC, has authorized the Monarch Air Group to use 7 private charter flights to move special resources to New York City and Washington, D.C. beginning on January 20, 2017 in order to fulfill a contract with the Moscow-based private security company RSB-Group, and who, in turn, were contracted with this past week by President-elect Donald Trump to protect his person, family and properties from the demonic globalist elites seeking his destruction. According to this bulletin, on 12 December, 2 senior advisors to President-elect Trump, former U.S. Congressman Jack Kingston and American oil industry consultant Carter Page, arrived in Moscow with Congressman Kingston conducting a briefing with Federation business executives on the incoming Trump administration, and Mr. Carter meeting with top officials of the Sputnik News organization. After completing their separate duties, this bulletin continues, Congressman Kingston and Mr. Carter then met privately with RSB-Group CEO Oleg Kremlin, whom Mr. Carter was long acquainted with from when he served as a U.S. Marine intelligence officer in the Western Saharan African nation of Senegal, where the RSB Group maintains one of its many global offices fighting Islamic terrorists throughout the Middle East and Africa. From the non-classified portions of this FSB bulletin we're allowed to report on the deal/agreement/contract signed by President-elect Trump's 2 representatives allow the RSB Group to integrate manpower and resources with a shadowy American private security named KS Global Group LLC that was established on October 5, 2015 and that U.S. press reports state provides security to President-elect Trump and his family. From the main, initial agreement signed between President-elect Trump's representatives and the RSB Group, this bulletin further details, additional agreements were signed with the private American private security companies Black Tie Protection Services, Acid Consulting, Zmark LLC and Ultra Electronics USI, that has an existing relationship with the RBS Group, all of whom are part the astounding 11 private mercenary companies now guarding Trump, and that American leftists are now comparing to the Waffen-SS that protected Adolf Hitler's Nazi Party in pre-World War II Germany. Important to note about President-elect Trump's American private security companies, this bulletin continues, is that Zmark LLC specializes in the use of Special Forces troops, Acid Consulting is one of the United States' top experts on the importing of specialized weapons, and Ultra Electronics USI has the reputation of being a global leader in the futuristic use of electronic and acoustic weapons, and when all combined under RBS Group leadership, presents one of the most formidable private mercenary armies the world has ever known. Though the exact number of RBS Group personnel and types of military equipment, weapons, communication systems, etc., being flown out of Moscow on 20 January to the United States to protect President-elect Trump are not contained in this FSB bulletin, we find it more than curious that just 2 days ago the Ministry of Defense, MOD, sent out an advisory notice that disappeared 370 ultra-elite GRU Special Forces troops from its active troop roll, and who are known as one of the most renowned, formidable, and deeply respected Special Forces soldiers in the world. With it being entirely possible that these elite GRU Special Forces have been tasked somewhere else, Syria/Iraq/Turkey, by the MOD, their perfect English language abilities, and knowledge of America, make it much more likely that they are now working for the RBS Group to protect the life of President-elect Trump with direct Security Council approval, at least in our opinion. And as President-elect Trump's war against the Central Intelligence Agency, CIA, has now escalated to the point that America's new leader won't even allow his wife and young child to come anywhere near the White House when he assumes power, this FSB bulletin concludes, Trump has most certainly learned the cold, frozen lesson of what happened to Presidents John Kennedy, publicly executed, and Ronald Reagan, survived execution but was never the same again, when they, likewise, attempted to stop the CIA and its elite warmonger backers from making perpetual war on the world for sake of arms sales that have enriched these monsters by the trillions of dollars for over 2 generations, while at the same killing millions.